Good morning, everybody. MG here from mgcovers.com, bringing you a NHL betting preview for February the 25th, 2019 on a Monday. Going to give you a complete breakdown and statistical analysis of every single game. I got a pretty good card, so let's get started. First off, if you're new to the channel, we're going to give you a brief explanation of how we do our power rankings. We don't pull these from a site. These are my actual power rankings that I come up with. And what we do is we use even goal differential combined with power play percentage, combined with penalty kill percentage, and we only use stats from the last 10 games. So what that does is that gives us, we use the most important stats of hockey, and we use the most recent stats so that it's a more predictable outcome of what's going to happen tonight in tonight's game, how a team performed, even October, November, even January has no relevance on how they're going to perform tonight, February the 25th. Top power ranking is 120. That team would have a 60% chance of winning a game. And the lowest we go would be an 80. That team would have a 40% chance of winning a game. So let's get started. Buffalo, first game on the road to face Toronto. Buffalo is a huge dog here at plus 215. They have a power ranking of 99. 100 power ranking means they have about a 50% chance of winning. So a decent team here. Toronto is listed at 114 power ranking, but minus 263 odds, so there's not really a lot of value there. Next, Montreal, minus 143. They are the favorite, even though they're on the road. They have a power ranking of 92, facing New Jersey, who started to show some life here recently. They have a 98 power ranking, listed at plus 120. So when the way we evaluate our power rankings, we go, okay, New Jersey has a higher power ranking than Montreal, yet they are the underdog, so we have value there. So we'll look at that game further, which is why we have a check mark. Next, LA Kings at plus 250 on the road to face the best team in the NHL, Tampa. LA Kings are plus 250. Tampa's a huge favorite, minus 315. The books really protect themselves with that high juice in Tampa. Power ranking of 137 for Tampa, so we'd round that down to 120. LA Kings, power ranking of 84, so obviously no value there, even on the puck line, even on a three-way line. Would not even come anywhere close to thinking about playing Tampa. Just not enough value there. And you say, well, if Tampa's going to win, if you think Tampa will win, why would there be value? Because you have to factor in if you lose, because there's always a chance. And in hockey, even the worst teams still win at a 40% margin. Next, Edmonton comes in at plus 212. They have a 90 power ranking, going on the road to face Nashville. Huge favorites here, which is interesting. Nashville at minus 265, even though they have a power ranking of 91. These teams are very similar power ranking, so we have a lot of value leaning towards Edmonton, and we will look at that game further. Next, Florida at plus 125. They have a power ranking of 109, facing Colorado, who's at home and really just sort of came out of nowhere, playing really good hockey here lately. They are the favorites at minus 147. Haven't seen that too often this year. They have a power ranking of 106. Again, very similar teams power ranking wise, so the value is with Florida. And finally, Anaheim at plus 115. They have a power ranking of 94, going up against Vancouver, really struggling here lately. They are the favorites at minus 135, have a power ranking of 77. So next we'll take a look at these four games a little bit closer. Now, what we do here is I'm going to show you the actual odds for the game, and then we're going to give you our line for the game. And then what we do and the way we handicap, not only do we look at the line and trying to find value, we also want to have at least a couple of situational angles in our favor in order to wager on that team. So we'll start with New Jersey. Odds are plus 120. Our line for this game is New Jersey plus 105, which means they have a 49% chance of winning the game. Now, New Jersey does have a confidence advantage. They won their last 3 out of 5. Montreal's won their last 2 out of 5. New Jersey is 16 and 10 at home, so a little bit of advantage at home. Now, when you look at the goalies, Price is in the pipes for Montreal. Hasn't been confirmed, but pretty sure he is. He's given up 4, 1, 2, 2, and 3 goals in his last 5 starts. And we do the same thing with goalies. When you're looking at goalies, there's no need to look at save percentage. Those are basically relevant stats, in my opinion. What you want to look for is the goals they've given up in their most recent outings, which would be, in our case, the last 4 or 5. Kincaid is confirmed to be in the pipes for New Jersey. Has not played well recently. He has given up 4, 4, 8, 2, and 5 in his last 5 starts. So no goalie advantage, slight confidence advantage. So that's kind of a tricky game there. Moving on, Edmonton comes in at huge dog at plus 212. Really like this game last night when I looked at the odds. Our line for this game is Edmonton plus 120. We still have them as the dog, but do have some value, which means Edmonton has a 45% chance of winning the game. Edmonton has won 2 of their last 5. They've won their last 2 in a row, which is good. They have a losing road record. In fact, their last 5 road games, they've only won 1 time. Nashville's playing pretty well. They've won their last 3 out of 5. One important to note, Connor McDavid will be out. He's got a suspension, so he will not play for Edmonton. He's the captain. I really believe that's a huge disadvantage going against Edmonton. Pico will be in the pipes for Nashville. He's given up 5, 1, 3, 1, 3 goals in his last 5 starts. Edmonton's goalie's given up 1, 3, 2, 4, and 3 in his last 5 starts. So we really don't have a goalie advantage there. Next game, Florida plus 125. Our line is Florida minus 120, which gives them a 54% chance of winning the game. Now, Florida has won their last 3 out of 5. Colorado is really a hot team. They've won their last 5 out of 6. Florida is 11-14 on the road. Colorado is only 12-12 at home, which basically means they haven't been playing well at all this year and starting to turn it around a little bit. As far as goalies, Roberto is in the pipes for Florida. He's played really well, giving up 1, 2, 2, 4, and 2 in his last 5 starts. Valimar for Colorado has given up 3, 1, 0, 2, 1. So we have 2 pretty good goalies. I wouldn't really say we had an advantage either way. Or in our case, we're looking at Florida. I don't think we have an advantage there. And finally, Anaheim starting to show some life. They've won their last 2 out of 5, still struggling to score. This line is listed at plus 115. Our line is plus 115. And I'm going to explain why we would still consider this value, even though that the odds for the game that we have for the game are the same as what the odds makers have. Anaheim, 47% chance of winning the game. The reason we looked at this game, Vancouver, who we have as a power ranking of 77, we round that off to an 80, which means they have a 40% chance of winning the game. So in essence, we have a team that has a 40% chance of winning the game, and usually that would mean the opposing team would be listed as a favorite, but actually Anaheim, we're getting dog money at plus 115. So if you got questions about that, let me know. Apologize for the dog barking in the background. Anaheim actually beat Vancouver 1-0 back in February the 13th. I wouldn't really say we have a confidence advantage winning their last 2 out of 5. However, Vancouver's only won their last they've won the last 1 out of 6 games. And if you look, they haven't announced the goalies for Anaheim. Kevin Bull in his last 4 starts done really well, giving up 2-2-0-2. In his last 4 starts, Ryan Miller has given up 2-0-2-4-2. Markstrom for not Edmonton. Did I say that right? One of my things I lost my mind here. No, Vancouver. Sorry about that. He's given up 3-3-3-3. So we do have a slight goalie advantage there. Now, one important thing when you're evaluating hockey and handicapping hockey this time of the year, there's a lot of trades going on, trade rumors, etc. One big example in this game, Anaheim actually traded Brandon Montour to Buffalo. Pretty good defenseman, so it's going to boost Buffalo's defense a little bit and will actually hurt Anaheim depth-wise. It's another reason why we're probably going to stay away from this game completely. In fact, I'll go ahead and give you our selections for today. They are no plays. We are not playing any games today. There's nothing really that gives us an advantage. We do have some value, but not enough to where we feel secure in actually wagering on those games. And I've said this before. It's a cheesy line. Warren Buffett said, In order to make money, you have to learn how to not to lose money, and no wagers means we will not lose any money today. And again, you have to be real picky, real discreet with your handicapping in order to be successful in this business, which brings me to my next slide. I'm going to actually show you our NHL year-to-date record and earnings. You can see 224. That was yesterday. We took 3 losses. Rangers lost in overtime. St. Louis lost in overtime. Overtime games really are toss-ups. Chicago lost by 1. Still puts us at 89-87. We play a lot of underdogs, up 24.1 units. Dime player will be up 24,100 for the year. So we actually had a really, really, really good season year to date, and hopefully we'll have some plays tomorrow. As always, if you like the video, click the like button, subscribe for more content. And hey, who are you playing today? Which team do you like? Post it in the comments below. And also, we have a link for Instagram if you want to follow us on the gram. We have updates throughout the day. So I hope everybody has a good day today, and good luck.